It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Bengals, and it comes your way next.
It is a city that traditionally gets much less snow than its Buckeye State rival up in Cleveland, but we are under a thick blanket of the white stuff here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Houston Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. The numbers for Bryant last week, 9 catches, 109 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Let's go.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 20.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Adams.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Adams.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Adams. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Burrow will throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now Adams to throw. Throwing on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Adams. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been two ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Adams. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Adams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bengals set to take over.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Jonathan Bernard,
he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a throw here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 47 is the mic.
A strong running. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Let's go.
Now Adams on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Come on, ready? Mike 46. Mike 46. Quit talking about it.
Now Burrow on first down. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first. On 2nd down, Kirkpatrick. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
46, boys, 46.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. Kirkpatrick, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Bengals are able to draw him a bit closer. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And it's 17-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Here we go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Adams.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Here's Adams on 1st and 10. The 20, 10, touchdown, Texans. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look close.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Quinn. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Adams looking to throw on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Adams now on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 29, Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And Burrow going to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. First down, here's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Jameis Winston, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes there for Trey Lance. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Adams throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jordan. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Adams. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Back to throw again. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give.
Now Burrow loses the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
They'll run on first down. Kirkpatrick. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You can't just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw on 2nd down, Adams. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's a give to Dobbins. Trucks over him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Adams. And that'll be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Adams. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Texans get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. On 3rd down, Burrow. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, running the captain, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins. And down to the 19-yard line. 78 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys,
Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, Dobbins. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He was brought down at the 13.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Dobbins. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
47 is the mic.
Here's Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Again, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Grady Jarrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Looking to throw. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it at number one for what we've seen this season.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
47. Check, 47.
Another run here with Dobbins. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Houston. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Kirkpatrick, they'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Kirkpatrick, and he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The Bengals bring out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. Houston set to take over. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their 2nd meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited by what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on second and third down here.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.